Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
What do you bring to the table? Like, you want people to describe Kareem Lopez, the basketball player. What do you want to hear?
I feel like I'm just a winning player, you know, someone that's going to contribute in winning, a competitor, you know, a high IQ player, you know, someone that's going to play the right way. And yeah, like I said, like the first thing I said, just contribute to winning.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Grizzlies are on their way to a new era, and now's the perfect time to buy in and secure your seat to witness history. With the 2026-27 half-season tickets, you can see the future take shape in real time. With a talented draft class joining our young core and starting this season, half-season ticket holders can own the moments with all new MVP benefits, including inside access to exclusive events, perks that match your passion, and rewards that take your fan experience to the next level. More information, visit grizzlies.com/tickets or just call 901-888-HOOP or grizzlies.com/tickets.
Live from the Built Ford Tough Studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
What is up, y'all? Welcome into the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker sitting in today for GP. GP's back tomorrow after his hole-in-one adventure across Wisconsin. I'm Lang. He's been at Doyle. She's Kyra Black. We got a lot of show for you today. We're still working our way through Grizzlies Summer League, and there's been some news and notes that have dropped in the last 24 hours. We'll get to that stuff, talk about some of the rumors around this Grizzlies team as it gets set for next season. Michael Wallace will join us to talk about some of that same stuff. Talk about the Grizzlies, talk about Summer League takeaways, where the Grizzlies stand heading into training camp, which is like a couple weeks away now. For five things, what we got, Bennett? We got
well, I mean, we do have a
LeBron
list of
watch.
five. We do have a list of 5 things that we've concocted today, but my list of 5 things is consisting of this list that you've asked me to curate for your newsletter. That's all that I'm like stuck on right now. What's going to be? Can you tease the newsletter that's coming out?
Yeah, so for the Odds Couple, the show that's on today at 2 o'clock at Fine Grind City Media subsidiary, we do a top 5 list every Thursday. Rob Fisher texts all of us and asks for a top 5. Rob is at the beach this week, which is actually bad timing because Rob is at the beach as her, whatever it is, Bertha, tropical storm, whatever is hitting the beach. Rob texted me at midnight last night and said he was sitting on the beach and the water was violent. But Rob's at the beach, and so I'm in charge of the Odds Couple. So I texted all the guys last night, and we're sort of in a sports desert, right, Bennett, right now?
I've heard.
Yeah. I texted the guys at the beach. I was like, give me your top 5 things to do in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
So they all sent me their list of 5 things they like to do in the summer. And then I was like, as I pulled in here this morning, I was like, oh, wait, I have to write a newsletter today. Why don't we just ask all the GCM people who are around today, which isn't that many, to give me their top 5 things they like to do in the summer. So I'm putting that together for the newsletter. On my list is, I'll give you my bottom 3. Number 5, grilling outside.
Well, that's pretty universal.
You can't do it in the winter.
Everyone's going to have that.
Okay.
You know what my number 5 was? Mow the yard.
I get it.
It's therapy.
It is.
I love.
It's meditative.
It really is, man. And I bought one of those. I've always had like the gas powered lawnmower that you got to do. It's just always a hassle.
You got a battery?
So yeah.
Have you heard Roser talk? He got one. He hates it.
I love it.
Roser
I
can't
bought
stand
myself one of those battery-powered lawnmowers. It's like the best thing ever, dude. It's so good. Yeah, because first off, it's so easy. Like you don't have to, fill the gas and then it runs out and fill it again and get it started, cranked up and all that. You just press a button and it goes. And it's also quiet. Like it does, so I don't have to crank my earbuds like up to the max volume anymore.
Don't worry about bothering the neighbors.
Yeah, dude. I love it.
We have a lawn care company.
Ooh.
So I don't have to do that.
Fancy.
We live in an HOA. Like it's part of the thing.
I got you.
Number 4 for me is like wearing shorts 7 days a week. And I know like shorts in Memphis in the winter, it's not out of the question a lot of times.
I wear them like year round.
I know. I felt guilty with saying it in front of you as soon as I said
I wear them year round.
And number 3 is like summer vacations.
Yeah, I had that as number 2. One of mine was riding my bike on the Green Line. That's a big one in the summertime. I put inflatable pool by the grill.
I had number 1 at just hit the pool. Just go to the pool.
And then number 1, I put air conditioning.
That's pretty good.
Just because I pay so much money for it.
Yeah.
And like you pay extra in the summertime. And so it's like, I'm going to enjoy this.
Yeah,
like,
I'm putting that thing on 65.
Yeah, man. Like I'm going to embrace this and enjoy it. And nothing wrong with air conditioning. There is like a movement against air conditioning going around the world. I believe in Great Britain, somebody started this movement against air conditioning, saying it's unnatural and
that's sort of the point of it.
Dangerous for you.
Yeah.
I don't care. I love it. Yeah,
You know
I
what
think
else
it's
is
great.
unnatural? And there's like McDonald's, but it's delicious too.
You're damn
yeah,
right.
Like whatever. I went for a run this morning at Overton, and it's like actually not a million degrees. It was great. Like it was kind of shady. It was perfect. I was like, this is the best part of summer is being able to do that at 7 a.m.
I'll send you my list after the show.
Yeah, I need it.
I got you.
All right, so we do have a top 5 though of stuff we're going to talk about. LeBron James, some baseball stuff. SEC Media Day rolls on. Caitlin Clark almost got thrown out of another game last night. What is wrong with her? And Comic-Con's happening.
I got some good notes from that actually.
So Bennett, I've been playing Hurt all week.
Yeah, no. How's the tooth doing?
So I went yesterday afternoon to a specialist, endodontist, which is like, I guess, better than a dentist. It's a level ahead. At least the price was. And I needed a root canal on a tooth that already had a root canal many years ago. So they had to drill into a crown. They were explaining this to me. There's 4 nerves in there. They had to clean out all 4 of those nerves. All those roots had previously been cleaned out. He said we had some calcification in there. They had to clean all those out, put new stuff in there, pack it back up. And I felt good about it, though, when I got there. They put me in the chair. I'm laying there, and the guy sits down, and he goes, hey, so I'm a big Grizzlies fan. So I was like, all right, he recognizes me, cool. But he wasn't quite sure what I do, He's like, yeah, I see you all the time. I was like, great. But then, like, you don't know, like, how big a Grizzlies fan people are, Like, people say they're a Grizzlies fan, but
you don't want to immediately hop to like salary cap breakdown.
So, or we're not talking second apron.
Gauge the interest here, yeah.
But then he hits me with this. He goes, that last inbounds play to Boozer, the pass, like, what was going on with that?
Oh, okay, so we got a real deal Grizz fan.
Yeah,
okay.
You're into this. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you can't have Omax throw that. But anyway, they got me patched up. I left, and this part of my face was totally numb, right? I had to go. My son had a basketball game last night, and the coach wasn't able to be there. I was asked to coach. I was like, all right, I'll do it. I get there, right as the game's about to start, it all wears off.
Good.
It is the most painful. It's like worse than before I had the thing. It hurts so bad. I took 2 Tylenol. Doesn't help at all. So the whole game I'm sitting there just doing this and like, get back on defense, get back. We played a team that only had 4 people show up. However, every one of the 4 guys who showed up was bigger than every person on our team. And when you're like 12, 13 years old, these kids, like, that's being bigger is like, it's like Shaq playing against point guards. Like, it's totally terrible.
Skill set doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah. So we lost, but gave it a good effort. I was happy with the effort. And then, last night, all of a sudden, like 10 o'clock, the pain just switched. And today I'm good.
Good, man.
So
good.
Feel a lot better. So that's been this week's saga going on. The other saga going on this week is what are the Grizzlies going to do to end off this summer? We've been going through sort of a depth chart, I guess you could say, like how we think it's going to play out.
Yeah.
But then one of the names that we keep coming up to is D'Angelo Russell, who the Grizzlies got in that Santi Aldama trade with Dallas. We've kind of suspected that D'Angelo Russell's not a long-term part of things with the Grizzlies here. And yesterday, Bennett, there was some report that suggested that our thought was correct.
Yeah, so this is from Ari report, I believe. I think I'm saying that right. Anyways, basically saying that D'Angelo Russell and his representatives at CAA have had dialogue with the Grizzlies officials on potentially parting of ways resolution.
I believe Kelly Eco at Yahoo also had a similar.
Yes,
thing.
yes,
Yeah.
and it's saying that the sides are exploring trade scenarios. We thought we might be headed towards a buyout situation, but it looks like that they might be trying to move him.
His contract was only $6 million for this season, which by NBA standards isn't untenable. So I thought maybe a buyout was in the works. But
yeah, and so then the next part of the reporting is that the Grizzlies are among teams that have engaged in trade discussions with the New Orleans Pelicans regarding guard Jordan Hawkins. He was a 2023 number 14th overall pick out of UConn, won the championship with Cam Spencer and Castle and Donovan Clingan. He averaged 5 points last season. He averaged 10.8 points the season before, so it's kind of gone downhill. I don't know, like, if that means anything. Like, here's what I would think. Okay,
all right.
If this was like the trade partner that they would move D'Angelo Russell to, we know that the Pelicans, for whatever reason, they say they want to be competitive this season after winning 25 games last season and bringing back the exact same roster. Yeah, they said they're not trading Trey Murphy. And they're not trading Herb Jones. So they're running this thing back.
Zion, bring back.
It is going to be a fascinating team to watch because it is like the exact opposite of what the Grizzlies have done. You know what I mean? And it's like same eras too. Like Zion, Ja, same draft, and like it's like the Grizzlies the Grizzlies going one way and into this rebuild.
Pelicans are standing pat. Yeah,
after winning 25 games.
I mean, I guess to their defense, they get DeJounte Murray back from injury, right?
That's right.
So and when he was healthy, great player.
He is a great
one
player.
of their best point guards, you know. So maybe that's their thinking is we're going to stand pat. We got DeJounte Murray coming back 100%. That's going to change things for us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it does really. The only thing they did was they signed a 2-year deal to DeAndre Jordan. That was like their big offseason free agency.
What I would think, again, I don't know anything, but what I would think is that if they're trying to move D'Angelo Russell and potentially get a guy like Jordan Hawkins back, maybe it's a 2-for-1 kind of deal. Like maybe there's another player attached because
that would make sense.
Grizzlies got to consolidate their roster, so you send 2 guys out, bring a guy back. Maybe it's a scenario like that.
Because making a 1-for-1 trade doesn't make sense.
No, just taking on another guard, it doesn't make sense because you've got guys you've still got to move off of.
Well, the Pelicans like older guys. Maybe like a Taj Gibson's part of that conversation.
That'd be weird.
Yeah,
they like you said, they just signed DeAndre Jordan to a deal. So yeah, man, I don't. You know,
do you feel like Jordan Hawkins? Like there's something there. Like I don't know enough about him from the last. Like he didn't. Like you said, he only averaged 5 points a game. I don't.
I mean, it makes sense for a team like the Grizzlies right now to just take a flyer on guys. I think his is the last year of his rookie deal, so it's a 1 year thing. If you do bring him in, which we think that they're doing with multiple guys, so it makes sense to just see what you got kind of thing, and there's no real risk involved with it. But again, you got to consolidate the roster.
I wonder how much of it's also sort of a referendum on Coach Isalo and his system, and like we can get guys in here who weren't successful in successful is a strong word, who didn't make that much of an impact in other systems, but in Coach Isalo's system, maybe you need different skills than most conventional systems, and the Pelicans were a mess the last couple of years, going through different coaches and injuries, all these different things. Maybe in a system that's more focused on player development, playing alongside Cam Spencer, his old college teammate.
Sure,
maybe that's something they're thinking. Think of it like baseball. Like the Braves just traded for this shortstop, Jim Jordan. Isn't that the congressman from Ohio State? Jim Jarvis. Jim Jarvis, the shortstop who had previously played for a couple of different major league teams, didn't do much, kind of quiet. They went and got him because they saw something. He was kind of blocked in his path to the majors, and the Braves apparently, scouting wise, saw something in his swing. They thought, oh, that we tweak this, we can do that, and he's just been lights out for the Braves since they got him like a couple of weeks ago. Maybe that's kind of this thinking here: is you see something in Jordan Hawkins that you think, oh, there's something there we can work with, and you bring him in and try to make something of it. So.
Yeah. The other note that came out yesterday was that the Grizzlies are also in dialogue with Contavious Caldwell-Pope and his representatives at Clutch, potential parting of ways resolution. This one we do think will end up being a buyout, and that he'll go sign with a contender. Denver's been the rumor where he won a title, so that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
I think so too.
And so I mean, again, if you send multiple guys out and bring back a Jordan Hawkins, you buy out KCP, you're getting close. You're getting close to the. You
still have to shed 2 or 3 more spots, but I mean that's something we can talk about with Mike too. Is like what are the possibilities here, and what is like the most reasonable things. I mean, 3 of those are going to be 2-way deals, so you have to get 15 on the main roster and figure out how we are going to use those spots. So, I don't know. Someone in the chat was like, "Why would we just buy out a $20 million contract?" Well, because you can't trade them. Like that's. I mean, teams I don't think would want to trade for that $20 million deal,
right?
Unless it's a team that's way over or way under and trying to reach the salary floor. But I don't think there's anybody like that. So I think that's probably your best option, or you're stuck with that $20 million and it's, like having a car parked right next to the store that you need that space for somebody else. Right. So they got to figure out how to do that. How would they
also like the Grizzlies over the years have been really good about doing right by veterans. I feel like they've rarely, maybe Marcus Smart aside, they've rarely sent guys to bad situations or held them, hostage, for lack of a better word. They've tended to do right by veteran guys that they didn't think were going to be a part of the future plans.
And you want to do right by a Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah, right.
Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Hey, we've been going through our fake depth charts the last few days, and we've done we've done the guards, the wings. We haven't talked about the bigs. Let's knock out the bigs real fast. Let's talk about these guys because we're pretty sure at power forward, Cameron Boozer's your starter, right? Santi would have been the backup there.
Yep,
he's gone. So the backup, to me, the backup is Jeremy Grant. You've mentioned him more as a wing player.
I think he's going to do both, right? I think he'll. But yeah, now with Santi gone,
do you know how many points per game he averaged last year?
Who? Jeremy Grant?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Jeremy Grant's an awesome player.
Almost
I've been a fan for a long. I'm excited. Obviously, he's been in the league for a long time now. Yeah. So we'll see, but. Dude, I've always been a fan of his game. Like I'm excited. I was excited about that, getting him back, because we didn't know what we were going to get back in the Ja trade, if anything at all. And so, the fact that you get like a frankly starting level player, I felt really good about that.
Do you think? Add backup power forward. Let's just say Jeremy Grant. We consider him a wing. Okay. G.G. Jackson. Is he a wing or like a power forward?
I mean, they played him at power forward a ton last year. I think he's probably.
But they also played Omax at center a ton last year.
Right, and Jemai Meshach. I would say he's a small forward in the best world. Yeah, he's a wing.
What about Taylor Hendricks? He's more of a power forward, I think.
I just don't. I wonder like where the minutes are going to come. Yeah. I do. I think Omax will play over Hendricks
at power forward.
Probably. Yeah.
I mean, there might not even be a power forward. It might be a big 3 wings and a point guard.
Yeah, Isaiah Stewart will switch. He'll go back and forth between power forward.
Does your power forward have to be able to shoot threes? In most NBA systems, yes. In Coach Islo's system, I mean, I would assume you want that stretchability because Isaiah Stewart.
That's where Jeremy Grant comes in.
Yeah, not Isaiah Stewart. Like he's not really a 3-point. He's not known for his 3-point shooting.
He can hit one though. He can hit one.
Let's look it up. I'm looking up his stats last year because I don't. I don't remember him as being that with the Pistons. And that was part of the reason in the playoffs they couldn't keep him on the floor because he wasn't able to.
But, okay, so let me just give you my final answer. For power forward, the depth, I would say Boozer, Jeremy Grant, and then Omax and Gigi kind of tweener guys.
No Hendricks.
And I guess you could put Kareem like down there, like lower than that, you know?
He shot 33% on threes last season, 32% the season before that. So 1 out of 3.
Yep. Okay. And then center's easy.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I assume that it's Edie, Beef, Stu, and then Quentin Post. I guess like that. Part of the reason you have that depth there is also like back-to-backs, different matchups, things like that. Maybe if you're playing a team that goes smaller, you want Post out there a little more, or you know, Stewart can be against teams that have multiple bigs, and you want like Zach Edey, Stewart together out there, you know, like to knock some heads.
Oh God, that'd be fun.
It's gonna be great.
I want to see Beef Stew Edie lineups. Yeah, that'd be a blast.
We need a nickname for those, like the. I don't know.
We'll think on it.
Beef and something. Beef and broccoli. I don't know what you call it.
We'll think on it.
We need something for Zach Edey.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a break. Michael Wallace is going to join us when we come back here. You're watching the Gary Parrish Show on Grind City Media.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Everybody says about you, they're like, he wins at every level, right? He won in high school, he won in AAU, he won in college. Just explain to me how. Like, what is winning basketball?
I mean, I think it's just showing up every day. You know, I don't cheat the game. I show up at work, I have high energy, great coaching. First and foremost, I've always been surrounded by great coaches and players who really want to buy in and win. People talk about my winning, but you can't do that without a team.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies.
Welcome back to the Gary Parrish Show on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker sitting in for GP for one more day. GP's back tomorrow alongside Bennett Doyle, Kyra Black, and joining us as he always does on Thursdays here on the Gary Parrish Show from his second office, Michael Wallace. Busy meetings, having things. It's a nice day. It's a nice morning. It's not as bad as it was on Tuesday out there.
Yeah, there's no sun, right? Blaring 115-degree temperatures out here. So, son had an appointment. I came across the street to a coffee shop, man, and posting up, man. You know how we do. Speaking of appointments, man, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
We talked about it earlier. I'm good. I feel way better today after I got my tooth drilled into and all my roots cleaned out and all that stuff. It was weird though. Like it hurt really bad until like 10 o'clock last night, and it was like a switch went off, and all of a sudden it was like good. So I'm pretty good. I mean, I ran this morning and had some Dunkin' Donuts myself to get going. So I'm feeling a lot better. We talked in our last segment, Mike, about some of this Grizzlies news. I don't even know if you want to call it news, rumors, things that have been out the last 24 hours. Specifically that the Grizzlies had some interest in Jordan Hawkins with the Pelicans. We were talking about it like, the Grizzlies are already kind of at a logjam roster-wise, and our assumption was if that was something they were interested in, it would probably have to be some sort of deal where they would move multiple people to get one back. Is that what you kind of would think too?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely at the roster consolidation phase of the offseason, right? You're at your max right now, 20 to 21 players on your roster under contract. And you really need to make a move in order to make a move, right? So, I can see the interest in Jordan Hawkins. I've always loved him since he was at UConn. Came in as a shooter, 6'4", 6'5". The Grizzlies are kicking the tires on a lot of different guys that fit that age range and that time frame. So, again, it's not one of these guys that is you're looking at in terms of coming in and changing up your starting five or anything like that. But anything on the peripheral in terms of this roster is something that they can try to make happen, and they're doing their work to make sure that does happen. Yeah,
there's a lot of like kind of stuff on that peripheral, as you said, that's got to get done in the next month or two. Another one that people were talking some about yesterday online was that there might be some buyout talks happening with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and the Grizzlies. I think that's something that wouldn't shock any of us, right, if that came to pass.
Right. But not only that, D'Angelo Russell, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Taj Gibson. What do they want to do with Chris Murray, who they got in that trade from Portland as a second piece that came alongside Jeremy Grant for Ja Morant? What are they going to do with A.J. Johnson, who came over from Dallas in the Santi Aldama trade? What are they going to do with Taylor Hendricks and, Walter Clayton? Jr.? Right. So you have, what I just named, 7 guys that you have to make serious decisions on between now and training camp.
And there's a lot. I guess you wait and see what else happens around the league. Who needs somebody who's trying to find parts, pieces that you might be able to kind of pass somebody along to. But they got to figure that out. We've spent the last 3 days in bits and pieces kind of going through potential depth chart for the Grizzlies and kind of where people sort out. The hardest one we were trying to figure out was kind of the power forward position, because you figure Cameron Boozer was probably your starter there. But then do you consider a G.G. Jackson a power forward? Do you consider, is that somewhere Taylor Hendricks slots in? Do you put, who else did we talk about there? Prosper, Omax,
Omax, Prosper,
Jeremy Grant. Like, I don't really know. Like, have you got any kind of sense of where they're leaning in terms of like depth chart at that wing / power forward spot?
That 3-4-4-3, you also throw in Kareem Lopez, who you spent the first round pick on. We didn't see much of him at Summer League because of the hamstring issue and some of those kind of things. But, it's going to be a logjam. And what you want is competition. The one thing, Lang, that I'm most convinced of, people talk about what did I take away from Summer League. Obviously, Boozer was great. Cedric Coward can do a lot of different things. He's going to work on the shooting, obviously. But the one thing I took away most, in addition to those things, was training camp competition is going to be ratcheted up to a super high level. Right? Like the way that these guys competed just for Summer League, that showed you how they're looking at, going into training camp. So nobody has a job that's absolutely safe. Like nobody, right, at this point. So, theoretically you'll say, okay, is Cedric Coward a surefire starter? Probably so, right? Yes, he's probably one of the surefire starters. Ty Jerome is probably a surefire starter. Zach Edey, if he's healthy, he's a surefire starter. But even those 3 guys are going to face competition to get their minutes, man. And I think that's what's going to be evident from the moment that they get back together for off-season workouts and then training camp.
Well, Ty Jerome, as a surefire starter, he's going to face some opposition from Bennett, who thinks Scottie Pippen Jr. should be that starting point guard. At least if you're going like for a more defensive-oriented lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ty Jerome comes off the bench as that sixth man, like he won Sixth Man of the Year a couple of years ago. But yeah, I get what you're saying. The other kind of question, I feel like one of the few still remaining after training camp, after summer league, is, there was so much going into the draft about how the Grizzlies, they were going to take Cameron Boozer and they were going to take a point guard. They were going to trade up and get a point guard. They were going to get a point guard. They didn't draft a point guard. They drafted Kareem Lopez, like you said. And going into summer league, Javon Small ends up playing a huge role at Summer League and logs a ton of minutes, gets this team to the championship of the Summer League, looked really good to me, like he took a step from last year. Do you think he's done enough to kind of solidify that third point guard spot on the main roster?
Especially if you have to part with a D'Angelo Russell and you let him go. You have to, let go of some of the other, Walter Clayton or whatever from that standpoint. I think Javon Small did what he's shown that he could do. People tend to forget, though, this time going into last season, he started a lot of preseason games. You know what I mean? Because of what needed to happen. Oh, my goodness. Come around here.
Special guest.
Look who just rose up on us in this situation. Do you remember her?
Megan Triplett. What's up, Megan? How are you?
He said, what's up, dude?
Hey, Megan. Good to see you.
Yeah.
I'll do it too. Megan texted me the other day, actually, so good to see you.
Absolutely.
Tell her I'll see her at Costco soon.
All right, he said he'll see you at Costco soon.
There's Megan Triplett. That's great.
Man, that was great, man. But I think he's done enough. I think he's done enough to say, hey, you know what? If you're going to look, and we're talking about the third point guard position, I showed you that I could do it on the two-way. I'm probably pushing to try to get a regular rotation or a roster spot or a regular NBA contract. And I feel like I deserve it at this point, right?
Yeah.
But if I got to be another year on the two-way, so be it. You know what I mean? That means I get 50 games with the Grizzlies and all of those kind of things. But hopefully you don't need your third point guard. But if you have to go to a third point guard, Javon Small has proven that he's the guy that can get the job done. He's a good shooter.
Yeah.
He defends full court. He can move the ball. People don't give him enough credit for being a facilitator. But the way the Grizzlies play, they play a lot of guys that are facilitators and hubs. Javon Small can give you assists, he can give you shooting, and he can give you defense.
I saw a tweet floating around yesterday. You talked about picking up full court. I don't know if you saw this. It was going around, and it was like the stats for players who guarded the furthest up the court last season. And the Grizzlies had like 6 of the top 9 guys in the NBA last season who picked up full court. And the one guy who wasn't on the Grizzlies who was on that list was Jeremy Grant, who they brought in. And you wonder if, maybe that's something they identify with him. We don't really know. We were just talking about, I don't know if people realize that guy averaged almost 19 points a game last year. Like he's a very useful player. I just don't really know, how do you think the Grizzlies use him? Do you think he's they put him does he start at the 3? Does he play at the 4 behind Cameron Boozer? I don't really know how we utilize him.
That's the good thing is that you don't have to settle on that, right? You can use him in any kind of way, right?
Yeah.
I think he's just as willing to come off the bench as he is to start. He proved that last year on the Portland team. This is a guy that averages, 18 plus points on a team that was in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
He's a consummate professional. He gives you the length. He gives you the floor spacing and the shooting. He knows where to be. He knows how to play off the ball. He can play on the ball a little bit if you want him to. And he's just one of those plug and play kind of guys. So I think that's a luxury to have, especially if you're saying, okay, how do I want to make sure I stagger my lineups to get the maximum production from the second unit as much as I'm focusing on the first unit? If he's coming off your bench, so be it. He's going to be a guy that can compete for Sixth Man of the Year. We already talked about Ty Jerome being in that role before as well, too. So he knows how important a six-man role can kind of be. So I think Jeremy Grant is going to be an asset to the team if he comes in with the right mindset. We haven't seen him yet. We haven't talked to him yet. But I'm sure the front office and everybody that needed to see him and talk to him at this point has an understanding of what he wants to come in and do.
Where's LeBron going?
Man, I hope I hope somewhere in the next day or two, right? To me, I would like to see him go to Golden State, and I really would. If you're taking the ring off the table, if you're taking the money off the table, and you're just saying I'm playing for the joy of the game at this point, I don't think he would give any more joy than he would playing alongside Steph Curry and playing for Steve Kerr, who would know how to manage those veterans and not put a whole lot of workload on their body.
But you covered him in Miami. Do you not think that's a good fit?
In Miami, it's a good fit, but it's going to also give him the most usage. Like that usage rate he's going to have in Miami is going to be like turning back the clock to 2010 LeBron James, right? In order to be a facilitator, and the same way in Cleveland as well, too, even though they got more depth and more shooters. I just think, to me, it makes sense to go to Golden State and have fun and make that the world's biggest show, and have fun. And you can be competitive. Like I said, outside of Oklahoma City and San Antonio, who's the definite surefire team in the West you can point to and say they are definitely a title contender? From 3 to probably 10, all of the West is jumbled up from that standpoint. So, I want to see him have fun at this stage. But if he goes to Miami, I could definitely see that working too. They definitely will need some shooters around him, though.
Last thing I wanted to ask you about, Mike, is I saw a conversation the last couple of days on Twitter. Our guy Anthony Sane, some other people were talking about. It was really more toward like kids who are thinking about maybe going into journalism. And there was a whole conversation about, do you need to go to college? Could you just start streaming now? What? And I don't know. I thought about it because like I'm in college now. I dropped out of college and worked my way into it. You went through college. You did all that stuff. You went back recently. Like you talked to a lot of, I know. But we both talked to a lot of like younger people. We talked to a lot of students. I had a girl up here the other day who goes to UNC who's thinking about going into sports journalism. Like, what advice do you give kids, or what's do you think your best piece of advice you give people who are thinking maybe about going into journalism as a career?
I think the one thing that, yes, you could take a shortcut and you can go and start streaming now. You can go out there and get all the practical experience. Anyone that has one of these, an iPhone or an iPad, is essentially a media member. I'm not going to say a journalist. Journalism is different than media to me.
Sure.
Journalism involves ethics. Journalism involves training. Journalism involves knowing how to go about doing your job the right way, being accountable and holding yourself to a certain standard. That's journalism. A lot of people can go media and instantly become a success in media, but can you be a journalist and do your job the right way? And I think you need training to do that. I think you need to go through some courses and some college to specialize in those areas from that standpoint. That doesn't mean you can't get there without doing that. There's plenty of guys who have, but I think to have what's missing today is ethics in a lot of things.
Yeah.
We've gotten away from that. And I think, classroom training and specific training is needed for that. So I would say, yes, go take some classes, even if you want to major in something else, and then work your way through from your campus media outlets and those kind of things. And I think you can get there. Anybody can get there from that standpoint.
Yeah, I would also just to add to that, I agree with you 100%. I saw, like you talk about the ethics that are missing, like you see it in like the aggregation mostly today. It feels like when things just kind of get thrown in there. I would add to that though, like, I went to college for 2 years and majored in journalism, took all those journalism classes, dropped out and started working. And I don't feel like it was a shortcut. I feel like it made things harder than it could have been if I had just stayed and finished, because all of a sudden I'm out there fighting for, a paycheck with people who do this for a living. And I don't know any editors. I don't know other people doing this. I'm just like cold emailing people and sending letters and trying to get a foot in the door somewhere. And it took me a couple of years to kind of figure out how to do that, where I feel like if you go to school, like part of the reason you go to school is to build up some sort of network to help you, when you get to the end of that thing. So I don't feel like that was a shortcut.
And that's a great point, Lang. But I think what you just described about your path is similar to what my path was. And that gave us, we built our networks, right? Yeah. We built our networks, and we didn't make a lot of money early on, but we made a lot of contacts. And we proved that we can handle the adversity of coming through from that standpoint. What I'm seeing a lot of when I speak to journalism students and students across the country now is that they wait to their senior year to start interning or to start working at the campus outlets. And by then it's too late, man. You got to start that at your sophomore, freshman year. at least to get into the workflow of that situation. So get started earlier and don't wait till you see your graduation date and then say, oh man, I got to go find a way to get a job.
Yeah.
By then you're way too.
Yeah. To your point, the one thing I always tell people is like you said, the phone, anybody can do it. And I always tell people, like, I kind of learned early on, like there were going to be people who were like funnier than me, people better looking than me, maybe people are better writers than me. But the thing I could control was that I could work harder than anyone else. Yeah. And so like that was, just wasn't going to let anybody outwork me. And that's kind of helped me get to where I am. All right. I'll let you get back to your bagel and your coffee and tell Megan we said, hey. All right. Michael Wallace, appreciate you joining us today. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Mike.
Bye.
All right, Bennett, we're going to take a break. We'll come back here.
Yep.
5 things.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll be right back here. You're watching the Gary Parrish Show on Grind City Media.
Pressure-packed moment in sports, hands down, has to be shootout in the World Cup. Because I am a casual fan of the beautiful game called football. I wanted to throw up. I wanted to throw up for all of these teams, for every kick.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
What do you bring to the table? Like, you want people to describe Kareem Lopez, the basketball player. What do you want to hear?
I feel like I'm just a winning player, you know, someone that's going to contribute in winning, a competitor, you know, a high IQ player, you know, someone that's going to play the right way. And yeah, like I said, like the first thing I said, just contribute to winning.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies.
Welcome back to the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker sitting in for GP for one more day alongside Bennett Dole, Kyra Black. And it's time we get to 5 things. 5 more things.
Number 1.
5 more things. Number 1, I mentioned it to Mike Wallace. We've been talking about it all week. Where's LeBron going?
Okay.
We have an update.
We kind of do, yeah. Well, we actually do have some reporting. So the first one.
Wait. I don't think it's reporting. It's a tweet.
No. There's two different things.
There's real stories?
Well, I mean, Kevin O'Connor said sources believe that LeBron James is slow playing his decision to see if any of his suitors can find a way to land Anthony Davis or Kyrie Irving. The problem is that AD and Kyrie don't seem available for trade.
Why would that change LeBron's... I'll go to the Warriors, but only if they're able to get Kyrie Irving.
Well, I saw someone make a good point. Like, this is, LeBron, like, early on in his career and when he's at the peak of his powers, like, he was able, like, the Heatles, like, you're able to kind of manipulate getting Bosh there and
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, but now he's in this position where...
But those guys were free agents.
Right, but like...
Well, just Bosh.
I guess what I'm saying is LeBron is in a position where, like, he used to be in a position where he could he's the guy, and so you manipulate who's coming to the team you're going to be a part of and who's going to be a part of that
He's
team.
not that anymore.
Now you're a piece of technically a good team, right? Like you're not the centerpiece anymore of that team. So what he used to be able to do maybe isn't working as well now, and so he's just gonna have to pick like whichever one he thinks can the current team as currently constructed. He's just got to pick whichever one he thinks is the best.
Although when
crop.
the NBA agents have a lot to do with where you end up. And Anthony Davis's agent, I believe, wasn't it? Maybe not anymore. I thought it was Clutch for a while, which is
I don't know if
LeBron's
he's still Clutch or not.
Kyrie's is not. I know it's. I think he represents himself, or his family represents him. But I don't feel like either of those. From what we've read, like the Wizards have no interest in moving Anthony Davis. They seem to like him. And Kyrie, I think Dallas is kind of banking on him to make a comeback and be part of that. But if I'm LeBron, like what? I don't understand how that changes anything.
What?
Having one of those guys on the team.
Well, you've won a championship with both, and so in your head, it's like we can do it again. Yeah.
The Lakers traded one of them while you were teammates with him.
That's right, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some regrets on LeBron's part there at this point.
Because LeBron recruited him, remember, to
yes.
LA? Like that was like a big part of it.
Yes. So so that's kind of the reporting. But my favorite piece to come out from yesterday was that LeBron James. This is from Andy Baskin. LeBron James's crew was ready to make an announcement last week, but was quote irritated by Adam Silver pushing them, so they decided to hold back. I mean, hey, it is your.
It's true, like we talked about it yesterday, that clip about the YouTube post that maybe wasn't supposed to happen from the Heat.
Yes.
If it's true that they've made a decision a week ago and we don't know what that decision is, then that's pretty remarkable that they've not let that get out. Considering how everything gets out these days, like there's very little that stays secret in the world of sports, politics, entertainment, anything. Everything gets out. We find out everything.
Yeah, which I saw someone just say in the chat, like, because Adam Schefter, who sometimes does get a little NBA news every now and again, he tweeted yesterday that he had heard where LeBron's going. So that's...
I don't know. I don't think we know. By the way, did you see who commented on our post yesterday about us talking about LeBron? Miami Heat fan and big-time Hollywood actress Genesis Rodriguez. She's on the show Lioness.
Oh, let's go.
I tagged her in there, and she was like, "Don't play with my emotions." She's a huge Miami Heat fan.
Okay, right on.
Anyway,
well, she got to experience that before. I mean, it'll be. And you got Giannis. You'll be fine.
I know. That's why I'm like,
yeah. Heat fans are going to be okay. Heat fans, they just got Giannis.
But getting LeBron back for them is like nostalgia.
For
it's
sure.
Like, it's like we got our guy.
Yeah.
It made me think about that too yesterday. Is that if LeBron goes to Cleveland, and we talk about it as a story, finishing a story, like going there 3 different times in his career would be pretty weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it's got to be the only time that's ever happened.
He left. He came back. He left again, and now he's going to come back a 3rd time.
Yeah.
If that happens, I don't know.
Yeah, that's got to be the only time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
With a high level player.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the latest on it. What if you had to guess, when are we going to know?
Tuesday of next week when I'm back here with you during the show. It's going to break.
I'm going to say, so it won't be tomorrow because you don't want the Friday news dump.
No.
Then it gets buried. Yeah. You want all the attention. So
if that's the case, you do it Monday morning.
That's what I think. I thought it was going to be this past Monday. I think it'll be, I'll just go with Monday morning again. Yeah, I'll say Monday morning we find out.
Number 2.
Got a little baseball.
Yeah, we do. So I want to give a little shout out to my Baltimore Orioles. They ended the Red Sox historic streak. Red Sox fell last night 5-1. That snaps their win streak at 15 and costing them a chance to set a franchise record of 16 straight wins. So it's been a rough season for my O's, but it's always good to ruin the Red Sox party.
It's interesting because the Red Sox are right now they're a wild card team.
Yep.
And the trade deadline's in like 2 weeks. So they're like, do we sell right now?
Because it just looked like they were going to be a disaster this season. Yeah.
And like, baseball teams are either great or you're a disaster. And if you're not great, you sell at the deadline and try to get a couple prospects here and there. So the Red Sox are kind of having to decide, what are we going to do? Are we going to sell or try to ride this thing out? The other story that was fun last night was the Yankees. Did you see that? Jose Caballero
you sent me the clip. I wasn't watching the game. What happened here?
So this has been a thing with him for a while now. So, a couple of years ago, MLB instituted rules to speed up play, right?
Yes.
So there's
we
a
got
pitch
the
clock.
clip with the audio if you want to.
I don't know if we can play the audio.
No, Kyra edited it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's play it, and then we'll explain it.
Okay.
So the umpire right here calls a strike on him.
And, they're going to call Caballero for a pitch clock violation.
He said, I was looking at him.
You don't get to do the 3-4 seconds thing in the box anymore.
Aaron Boone gets involved. I was looking at him. I was looking up at 9 seconds.
You're picking on me. You're picking on me. I'm not. Yes, you are. I'm not.
They told us before the game.
Okay, that's fine.
Do you understand all that?
Yeah. So best I can, just from seeing that clip, best I can gather is there is a countdown clock, right? When you go up to bat, right?
There's a 30-second. There's a 30-second pitch clock.
Pitch clock, right? But what the umpire is saying is there is an understood rule that
No, it's in the rules.
It's in the rule book.
The batter has to be in the box by a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
And the batter has to acknowledge the pitcher. So they have to make eye contact, basically. Caballero's found like a loophole, basically, this season, where he was stepping into the box by the right time, but then not looking at the pitcher. And he would step in, keep his head down, dig his feet in, get ready, swing the bat, all that stuff, and kind of like freeze the pitcher a little bit, and then look up at the pitcher with 8 seconds, 7 seconds, which gives the pitcher only a little bit of time to pitch it.
Right.
So he apparently got warned about it earlier this year. They had a series against the Blue Jays back in June where this happened. And the Blue Jays manager came out after the game and said, there's a lot of major league players in this league. There seems to be one guy that has an issue with this rule. It sucks that a pitcher has to sit there so long as he did. Seems like it could have been handled a lot quicker and more efficiently. But again, it's Major League Baseball. Everyone knows the rules. So this has been going on for a little while. So apparently the last day or two, the MLB powers that be talked to the umpires, and they were like, hey, if he's not looking up at him by 9 seconds or whatever, that's an automatic strike. And so that happened yesterday, and then all hell broke loose. So he's the one guy who's like kind of just, I mean, I get we're like into semantics here and like, I'm going to look up at 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds. It's literally a matter of seconds here. But I think it's more the spirit of the rule is like, you get in the box, you get ready, you look up, let's go.
I mean, what happens if the pitcher just throws the ball, though?
You're not allowed to throw the ball unless
the acknowledgement happens.
I mean, the pitcher shouldn't throw the ball because it's an automatic strike if he's not ready. You know what I mean? Like, so if he's the one messing you up, don't throw the ball. Make the umpire call a strike on the guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Boone said, make sure you're alert. Some might interpret looking up as not being alert. So making sure he's looking up with plenty of time to be alert by 8 seconds. So it's been going on all season. You heard Caballero on that video, which, by the way, shout out the plate microphones on that video because you could hear everything.
Yeah, that was good.
You could hear Barrett Boone, the umpire, Caballero.
Is that where the microphones are?
Somewhere around home plate.
Yeah,
there's something. But you could hear Caballero say, "You're picking on me. You're picking on me," and he feels like he's being targeted. I think everyone else in Major League Baseball feels like he is targeting the rules. And, it's not like this is like Aaron Boone doing this. It's not like this is,
Yeah, I mean.
Shohei Ohtani. It's Jose Caballero.
It's interesting. Like, the AL East is very interesting because the Yankees, they're going to get Aaron Judge back at some point this season. The division, like, dude, it's. I was saying it's been a rough season for the Orioles, and Pete Alonso last night, there was a quote of him saying, hey, we've got time to make a run here. And I'm like, get the hell out of here. They're 50 and 53. They're 3 games behind the Red Sox. And the Red Sox are, the Red Sox are
but
5 games behind
the Red Sox have won 15 in a row. Like,
right. Everybody in the division outside of the Blue Jays have 50 wins. And so it's technically not over for the O's. I mean, they'd have to make a hell of a run. But it's technically not over.
By the way, the one thing I forgot to mention was the Yankees played the Pirates a couple nights ago to start all this, and Caballero was doing this thing. I don't know if you saw the clip of this, and the reliever for the Pirates, Dennis Santana, blew kisses at Caballero and yelled at him for waiting until the pitch clock hit 8 to acknowledge him. They started yelling back and forth. The bench is emptied, but no one threw punches or anything. But so this is like a thing that's been going on for a while. We'll see if it settles down. All right.
Number 3.
Yep.
SEC Media Day rolls on.
What's going on? I saw that former University of Memphis head coach Ryan Silverfield spoke yesterday for the Arkansas Razorbacks. He had a really good quote. I wonder if I have this here.
I didn't see that.
He said, where is it? I don't know if I'll find it.
I saw that Lane Kiffin spoke this morning, new LSU coach. And Kiffin has been known as a troll. I don't know if you saw Kirby Smart was asked. Kirby Smart was asked if Lane Kiffin is a troll in their group chats, and he said, "I don't understand what a troll is." And they said, "Well, a troll is somebody who stirs the pot." And he goes, "Yep, that's him."
Yeah.
But have you noticed, like, Kiffin has stopped posting on social media?
Yeah.
He used to be like prolific.
Yeah.
On Instagram and Twitter. He stopped because he said his son bet him he couldn't stop being on social media. So he deleted the apps off his phone, and he said, "I won the bet," and he said it's been very refreshing. But it's kind of funny that it's the other way around. Normally it's the parents trying to get the kids off social media.
Yeah.
In this case, the kid was like, "Dad, stop."
I've actually taken a bit of a summer hiatus. Yeah.
Off all of them?
I haven't really been posting much at all. Just kind of just taking not taking a break, just trying to because I obviously I need it for the show, but just taking a little. So I'll be back. I'll be back once football and NBA rolls back around and basketball season. But yeah, taking a little break. I think Lane Kiffin is on to say it is refreshing.
I agree.
It's so much a part of our lives now that it is okay to take a little break.
When Twitter started, I was working at Slam. It was a long time ago. And I remember just I would be on there all day long, tweeting stuff, interacting with people.
Yeah.
And then now I barely tweet. It's just I don't, it's not, I don't need it, And there's times where I'll think of things to say during a game, and I know the army of bots from some other team is going to rain down on me. And I was like, I don't want to deal with that. I'm just not going to say it, Here's Ryan Silverfield, who said, "You guys keep downing me. What would you say my records was against the coaches in this conference? 5-1. Okay, thanks. Yeah, that's great." So,
well, there's a little context to that, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Some of them weren't coaches in the conference, but yeah, that's point taken. And my favorite quote was him he asked about his aura.
I saw that. Was that real or was that AI?
No, it was real. Jonah Dillon's got.
He said, "I have a hot wife."
He said, "If aura means being cool, all those things, listen, I've got a hot wife for a reason. I can get down. I can recite Notorious B.I.G. lyrics. Whatever you want me to do, let's go. I've got enough aura." I love Coach Silverfield.
Do you use the word aura a lot? Is that
no? I
so?
don't.
Because I have a teenage son. We were watching the World Cup and somebody scored a goal and they ran and they did the slide.
Yeah.
It looked really cool. And my son just looked up and goes, "Holy aura."
Yeah.
That's a common teenage word. I saw aura was in the mix for word of the year.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Brain rot was another one. Speaking of social media,
I'm rooting for Coach Silverfield at Arkansas. They're obviously going to pick them to finish, near the bottom.
I'm thinking
of the
about
SEC
going. Georgia
year.
plays there on September 19th.
I've never been to Fayetteville.
Me neither.
Yeah,
and I thought that might be a good. It's about 5 hours from here, 6 hours.
Yeah, and I love going to Arkansas and doing all the nature stuff. Obviously, we go to Hot Springs a lot, but
it's on your summer. That should be on your summer list.
Yeah, go to Mountain View. I love. Yeah, I like the state.
Little Apple, is that what it is? There's some Apple resort. I don't know what it's called. It's by the lake, Heber.
Oh, Heber Springs.
Heber Springs.
Yeah.
Here's some other things from SEC Media Day. Kirby Smart. Georgia's been one of those teams that never uses the transfer portal historically, or minimally uses it, I guess. because you see other teams go out and just completely redo their teams in the summer, and Georgia might pick up 1 or 2 guys. Kirby Smart was asked about that. He said, I don't want someone else's investment. I want mine. That's my coach.
Okay, coach.
One more. Florida picked up a new coach this year, John Summerall.
I believe that is one of the coaches Ryan Silverfield was talking about. His record against.
Yeah.
Yes.
Summerall was at Tulane last year. And Summerall was speaking yesterday at the podium, and we can play this clip. He got interrupted, and he wasn't happy about it.
Well, I'd say no two decisions are alike. You know, like Lane and I are friends, and Lane and I talked several times through the process of October, November about what it was looking like for both of our schedules of how things were going to unfold. And you would be kicked out of our team meeting. I swear. Like, you're lucky I'm not going to throw this freaking podium right now. Like, it drives me crazy. I would say, who is that? But I'm not going to embarrass anybody.
Somebody's phone went off. And apparently Dan Wolken from USA, where is he at, Yahoo now?
Yeah.
Tweeted that it was somebody left their phone on the table and left the room, and an alarm went off on the phone. And Dan said he reached over and turned it off. And so he almost got called out for being the culprit where it wasn't him. But I agree. I turn your phone off in the meetings. I'm guilty of that. My phone rang a second ago while we were watching a clip of something. But yeah, so. All right, that's the latest from SEC Media. Today is Kiffin, so we'll probably hear a lot more from him today.
That'll be good, yeah.
Number 4.
Did you see the one of the things you had for us to watch last night was the Fever game?
Yes.
Who were they playing? I forget. The Sun?
Yes, yeah. Connecticut Sun.
The Fever played the Sun last night. It turned into a blowout.
Yeah.
Indiana Fever won by a ton. I don't remember the final score. They were up like
Called
30.
that.
Look at the scoreboard. But part of that last night, if you want to watch, there was a altercation, not really altercation, counter-attempts between Caitlin Clark.
123-88 victory for the Fever.
So that's 45 points. Watch this video.
Future is blindingly bright for the second-year players in Iowa Rivers.
Hard foul. Not even really a hard foul.
So good for Connecticut to have her back.
Look at the scoreboard.
Jawing continuing between those two. I think we've got double technicals here. Let's see.
Yeah. So Caitlin Clark is one technical foul away from a suspension. And I saw there on the post-game press conference, they asked her about it. She's like, I'm not going to back down. You know what it kind of reminded me of, though, was Luka Doncic, who at the end of the season with the Lakers was flirting with that automatic suspension for technical fouls. Because Caitlin is, and there's been articles about it recently, she kind of gets into it with the officiating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's not afraid to speak her mind. I don't know. Like, do you think Caitlin has anger management issues, Bennett?
No, I do not. I think that it's a super physical league, and she's like,
that wasn't even that physical to me.
No, I didn't even think it was frankly worthy of the technicals, to be quite honest. I wonder if they'll challenge that and see if it'll get rescinded. But so she's one away from a suspension, right?
Yeah.
They got 17 games left. Now we talked about this because me and GP rolling with the Atlanta Dream. They have overtaken them for that 5th spot.
Yeah.
In the standings. So they're very much locked into a playoff spot right now with 17 games left. We know the All-Star games this weekend, so they're going to have a little break here. The Mystics are in the final spot at 8. They're 14-12. Fever is 17-10. Below them are the Portland Fire, who are 11-16. So like, it'd have to be a big collapse for frankly the entire top 7 in the standings to not be able to make the playoffs in the WNBA. And so I say, like, just go get another technical, like, right out the gate after All-Star break.
But then don't you get one that it's a suspension?
Doesn't it reset?
I don't know. It's not like the World Cup. I think you get, like, you have to keep, once you get suspended for a game, then like it's almost like a technical, suspension per technical or something like that.
No, it can't be. There's no way.
Why not?
It can't be a suspension per technical.
Well, I mean, it can't reset. That would defeat the purpose.
There's got to be some kind of, like, it can't just be every technical is a suspension after that point. No way. Draymond Green would be suspended for half the NBA season.
Yeah, well, he has to stop.
That doesn't. No way. That doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, yeah, I would just go ahead and get that out of the way if I was her.
Yeah. By the way, you mentioned WNBA All-Star Game coming up. She's not doing the 3-point contest. Did you see this?
Neither is Sabrina. I saw Sabrina's not doing it either.
And I saw some people being critical of this because they were saying, hey, we're trying to make. It's the same thing people get knocked for NBA All-Star Weekend for. We're not doing the dunk contest, not doing different things. I get it. The difference to me is that this WNBA All-Star Game is with, 17 games left in the season? Like it's a lot shorter time before the playoffs are around. Also, like the NBA All-Star Weekend happens and you get a week off, right? There's like a vacation built in. So if you go do the dunk contest, you get 5 days in Cabo or whatever. But the WNBA, like you got to get right back at it. So I don't blame them, but I'd like to see Sabrina in the 3-point contest. I'd like to see Caitlin in the 3-point contest.
Yeah, for sure. I also saw that the Indiana Fever, they have been featured in all 5 of the WNBA's most watched games this season. So she continues to be a face of that league and a star. She's the cover of the WNBA 2K. I saw JB show the picture this morning on her show. Definitely doesn't look like Caitlin Clark. It looks more like an AI-generated Caitlin Clark.
That's what the game is, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, Wemby looks like Wemby on NBA 2K.
By the way, you mentioned you're a big Atlanta Dream supporter. Angel Reese plays for the Atlanta Dream. Do you know who her cousin is?
Who Angel Reese's cousin is.
I saw this morning.
What is it? An athlete?
Yes.
Is it?
It's related to the Grizzlies.
Related to the Grizzlies, so NBA player.
Tangentially, Jordan Hawkins.
Oh, how about that?
Cousin of Angel Reese. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
So potential future Grizz, and then we'll have Angel Reese at the game.
Have a connection, yeah.
I like it. It's an easy drive. Atlanta, Memphis. What is that? 6 hours?
5 and a
hours?
half.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I've done it a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I like that pipeline. I'm down with that.
All right. Number 5?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Number 5.
Okay, this weekend is San Diego Comic-Con, which kind of has like lost a little bit. I mean, it's still a big deal, but it used to be like where all of like the big, huge news would come. Well, then, Disney like bought everything. And so now they make all the announcements at D23, all the big ones. But there's still like a big Marvel presence at San Diego Comic-Con, obviously, especially with just like comics and the games and stuff like that. But I thought like there's potential to get some really good stuff out of this weekend. So like the most anticipated groupings or the panels this year, at San Diego Comic-Con. I wasn't familiar with some of this stuff. Some of it I'm really excited about. Ray Gun, this is going to be...
That was the breakdancer at the Olympics.
No, it's not. Although she's getting a Netflix documentary.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's like her, Vince Young, someone else. The Untold is coming back. And that I'm going to watch that.
Yeah.
That actually is going to be a good one.
I agree. Because she felt like she was in on the joke at the Olympics.
I'm excited about the Vince Young one a lot because I stand on, listen, I'm a Jeff Fisher fan.
Yep.
I don't want to disparage Jeff Fisher. He's one of the greatest coaches in Titans history. I do think he hindered Vince Young's career. I do. I really do. Just that style, they were kind of like the... What was he notorious for? Finishing 8-8, and and kind of slowed down. Like you're not going to put up a lot of points. I don't know. Just my opinion. My opinion. So
Ray Gun,
that is the new Brad Bird movie. It's like a neo-noir sci-fi film coming to...
Is it animated?
Yeah, it's coming to Netflix.
Brad Bird did The Incredibles.
Right. Did the Iron Giant, some of the Mission Impossible movies, or at least one of them. He's really good. I like him a lot. So that's interesting. Blade Runner 2099, that's coming to Prime, I believe, later this year. It's an animated, Ridley Scott's executive producing, so that's kind of cool. Forgotten Island's like a fantasy movie. That's a Universal movie going to be in theaters. Okay, so here's where we get to like...
Forgotten Island's an awesome name for a movie.
I know.
Right?
It is. Here's where we get to some of the stuff people care about. So Lanterns is getting a panel. That's the like Green Lantern series, DC, that's coming to HBO Max.
All right.
The trailers look okay for that. I'll watch it because I watch everything, but it looks okay. Spaceballs. Okay, I wanted to bring this one up. We're getting a Spaceballs sequel. Rick Moranis is going to be in it. Rick Moranis has not acted in forever.
Yeah.
Right? Famously, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the original Spaceballs, Ghostbusters, what's the Little Shop of Horrors. Like, Rick Moranis had a hell of a run. Did you consume Spaceballs? Mel Brooks was the director.
I consumed it recently.
Yeah.
I didn't consume it contemporaneously.
I consumed it recently too.
And I was like, this isn't really that funny. Like I didn't enjoy it that much recently.
You know, I'm a massive Star Wars fan.
As am I. You know that.
Yes. I like it for what it is. Like, I think at the time, if we saw that when it came out, like 1980 or something, it's 83 maybe.
Yeah.
Early 80s. Or maybe late 70s, because it came out right after Star Wars. It was off the first Star Wars. The first Star Wars. Yeah.
1987.
Okay, 87. So a year after I was born. I'm with you, man. It's just, I bet it was hilarious.
Yeah, at the time. I mean, it's probably like those.
Hold up. It is not funny at all.
It's probably like those scary movie.
And I like Mel Brooks.
He's all right. I mean, it's sort of like he does what he does, right? Like,
Yes.
And it's the ones now that have come up that like the copy. I Know What You Did Last Summer ripoff. You know, like those comedies about that. They're probably funnier like right after you've seen the other ones.
Yes.
Spaceballs now is like John Candy's wearing like a cat suit. Like, it's just not funny, you know? Like, I don't know. I just didn't like it.
It's okay. It's okay. I get it. Like, I bet it was great at the time. Like, I bet it was hilarious at the time because everyone's obsessed with Star Wars and the phenomenon of that first coming out. Like,
is Mel Brooks part of the sequel?
I don't know if Mel Brooks is I don't know if Mel Brooks has anything to do with the Spaceballs sequel.
2.
Look that up. See who directed it. Who's directing it? It's called Spaceballs, the new one.
Marks the return of original franchise architect Mel Brooks.
Well, there you go.
Alongside returning cast members Rick Moranis, Bill Pullman, and Daphne Zuniga.
Okay. There is...
I can't believe Daphne Zuniga was available.
Right.
What was she doing?
I don't know. Anyways.
Bill Pullman's in that the show on Netflix recently about the old folks in the community, the retirement community.
Oh yeah, it got canceled.
He dies in the first episode.
Yeah, it got canceled.
Did it really?
I watched it.
I liked it.
I watched some of it. It was okay. But yeah, it got canceled. So the big panel is going to be Avengers Doomsday. And there's so many good. I should have posted some of the videos. There's a lot of really cool setups that they have for Marvel. They have a big like Sentinel head. There's a new X-Men video game coming out. They got like a giant Sentinel head you can go take a picture in front of. But they're going to have a big panel for Avengers Doomsday, which leads a lot of people to believe that there's going to be more announcements coming off this big trailer release they had earlier this week. We'll see, but Kevin Feige, who runs you know the MCU, Marvel Studios, he was interviewed and he was talking about the future of the MCU, which I thought was interesting because, you know, Doomsday and then later Avengers Secret Wars, it's going to like kind of maybe conclude this multiverse saga that we're in, which if we're being honest, these movies are going to do great. They're going to do huge numbers, fine. But like the multiverse, if I'm just being honest, it has not hit like the Infinity Saga.
Do you know why?
Huh?
No one understands what the hell is going on. I don't understand the multiverse. Give me a story. Give me a narrative and a story. I don't want to be like, hey, there's 4 Spider-Men or whatever is going on in these things, the multiverse, the Spider-Verse, I'm sorry. But like, those
are different things.
Yeah,
Spider-Verse
whatever.
rules.
It's the same thing. Still. I don't want, just like, tell me who's alive, who's fighting each other. Let's have good guys fight bad guys. That's all we want.
Yeah. Well, you're going to get that anyways. But I thought that he kind of, some of his quotes were interesting. Speaking specifically on what you just said, he said that Secret Wars, which is going to be the next Avengers movie after Doomsday, it's going to establish a new universe that's easy to follow, streamlined, simplified.
A new universe.
Streamlined, simplified, single universe. Some things will be familiar, but many, many things will be entirely new. So it does sound like that they have heard the criticism of the multiverse saga, and there's too much stuff to watch, too much to keep up with. I told you, I'm diving. Dude, I love this stuff. I consume. Now, there's so much. There's so many shows, so many movies. I consume all the movies. I'm trying to consume all the shows. There's just not a lot of time. But, like, if you want to be, like, super up to date on this, like getting ready for. There's a lot of stuff you have to watch.
It's unbelievable. Lot. It's confusing. Like, look, we're both Star Wars guys. I think part of the genius of Star Wars is there's one universe. It's not a multiverse. There's one universe. We're talking about what's happened from the Clone Wars all the way up through the new stuff with John Boyega and Daisy Ridley.
Yeah.
Like it's just one storyline all the way through. And I think the multiverse to me, and this is me not being as into it as you are, and not watching all this stuff. Like I don't know who's fighting who and what's involved with what. Like, just give me like one thing.
For sure. He says that Marvel has tentative plans for movies up to 2042. So yeah, that's a hell of a
15
plan.
years from now, yeah.
Upcoming Avengers films are inspired by the Time Runs Out and Secret Wars comics, which is awesome. Time Runs Out, that's an awesome series. And then they've already had in-depth conversations about the next several Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man comes out next week, Brand New Day, which. Well, I think the trailers look really good. We're rewatching all those movies. They're all great.
I think Tom Holland keeps the gig, or is he going to move on?
So here's what I think is, I wonder.
Don't bring up a multiverse.
Well, here's the thing. I wonder if with that specifically, because Spider-Man's like got to stay young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? I don't think they're going to let Spider-Man become an old guy in the MCU. I think he's got to stay young. Now, one thing, they're going to eventually introduce Miles Morales, which that'll be huge.
That's confusing to me too.
That'll be massive.
He's not Spider-Man.
No, he's not Spider-Man.
Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
Right, but he's a massive character, and so that's how you get back young again, right? So then what happens? Does Tom Holland stay Spider-Man? Is there a new Spider-Man? Do we do live-action Spider-Verse? A lot of possibilities, man. A lot of possibilities.
This is confusing. This is what he's talking about. They need to make it easier to follow. Like, part of what makes comic books awesome is they're suspended in time. So sort of like Star Wars, like, Luke Skywalker, we saw him grow up. We saw him get old. Peter Parker in those Spider-Man comic books is, a kid the whole time. He never gets older. It's the same age, everything. Superman doesn't get old in those things, Batman, we see him as a kid, then he becomes Batman and he just stays Batman forever. Like, I don't the problem with the movie is that Tom Holland's going to get old as just a person, right? So he can't play that role forever.
That's right.
But Peter Parker is Peter Parker forever to me, and like I don't need Miles
the good
Morales.
thing for Tom Holland is he looks young. That's the big thing.
Also, I was just thinking like they can AI him now and de-age him probably. Also, who knows who's inside that suit?
Here's my biggest problem with the Spider-Man series, and again, I think those Tom Holland Spider-Man movies have been really good. We just watched the last one, No Way Home, and I thought it was awesome. I know people have.
That's one where they take the class trip to Europe, right?
No, that's
I saw that one.
That's Far From Home. Far From Home. Yes,
Thanks,
there you go, Kyra. That's with Mysterio.
Oh yeah, I was
Jake
going
Gyllenhaal.
to say Dr. Doom.
No, that would be Avengers Doomsday.
No, but isn't Benedict Cumberbatch in one of those Star Wars movies?
That's Doctor Strange.
Right.
He's in No Way Home. Yes, he's in No Way Home.
We need to make it easier to follow.
That's where all the like villains and all the Spider-Men come together from all the movies. Yeah.
Every time I feel like I'm a nerd about this stuff, I realize I'm not, and it makes me feel a little better.
Right. Yeah, you're just semi-nerd. You're just semi-nerd.
I have a toe in the nerd pool.
Either way, I'm excited about the new one. I think it looks good, and it sounds like that they got a plan for the MCU, and it's not just like we're gonna make up whatever we want as we go. So I respect it. I'm excited about these movies.
I got a vacation coming up. I just want to go pilot the Millennium Falcon at Disney World.
At Disney World, yeah.
That's all I want to do.
I've done it. Overrated.
Oh, I have too, but it's fun. It's like
overrated.
Yeah, I don't know. The first time I walked into the Falcon, and the chess tables there and all that, I was like, all right, now this is kind of cool.
Okay, you ready? Hot take. That's better than the actual ride.
Probably, yeah. The ride
just
itself is
going through the Millennium Falcon, like to get on the ride, is way better than the
cool.
ride.
I agree.
Yeah.
Once you get in there, you're just like tapping buttons and like nothing. Yeah. Rise of the Resistance, though, that's a ride.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's
that one is, that one's insane.
That's amazing. All right, let's take one more break. We'll get back here. We'll get you with GP's Carry Out. You're watching the Gary Parrish Show on Grind City Media.
This Photoshop job of the College Football 27 cover for this year is atrocious. Like, who made this? It's so bad.
This is the deluxe edition.
So you have to pay extra to get Kurt Signetti on.
Oh,
on
I'm
there.
sorry. You're paying extra to get Kurt Signetti?
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Grizzlies are on their way to a new era, and now's the perfect time to buy in and secure your seat to witness history. With the 2026-27 half-season tickets, you can see the future take shape in real time. With a talented draft class joining our young core and starting this season, half-season ticket holders can own the moments with all new MVP benefits, including inside access to exclusive events, perks that match your passion, and rewards that take your fan experience to the next level. More information, visit grizzlies.com/tickets or just call 901-888-HOOP or grizzlies.com/tickets.
When the arena lights dim for a concert or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person who will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's a person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to give you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let other fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Stay on top of everything happening in the 901, the Mid-South, and beyond with Grind City Media's e-newsletter, bringing all the news and notes directly to your inbox. Lang's World, always by Lang Whitaker, touches on the biggest stories in the world of sports and pop culture, while Michael Wallace's Grizzlies Insider brings you all the latest coverage and analysis around the Grizzlies and NBA. Don't miss a thing. Stay connected to the conversation and sign up to download the lowdown today at grindcitymedia.com.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Season is officially here, and you can make your voice heard with federal and state primary and county general election day on Thursday, August 6th. Don't forget, you can skip the election day rush with early voting running from July 17th through August 1st. You can go to grizzlies.com/vote. That is where you can stay informed and stay active with all the key voter information for the 2026 elections. Again, visit grizzlies.com/vote and get involved today.
Welcome back to the Gary Parrish Show on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker sitting in alongside Bennett Zola, Kyra Black. It's time to get you to GP's carryout.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let me find the button real
There's
quick.
There's a button. Hit the button.
It's time for GP's carryout.
It's hard to do the live read and then, GP says it's harder than it looks. He's right.
It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
All right, we missed a couple things today. I wanted to hit you with, Bennett. One of them, Tyreek Hill, has popped up in a workout video on social media. He got injured last year, was told he may not walk again, has had 2 surgeries.
Yeah, he had a brutal leg injury.
Yeah, he had 2 surgeries in his left leg. He says, it's been 10 months after doing 2 surgeries. My left leg is the one that I injured. I have no power in my left leg, so I'm trying to regain all the power back. It's one day at a time.
Okay, so he won't play this season. There's no chance.
He posted a video of him running, and he said he's not supposed to be running.
There's no chance. He's not playing this season. That's sad, man. I do wonder if his career's over.
The Cheetah will be back, he said.
Okay, I mean, he is a unique player in the sense that he's
also like his value is based on his speed and explosiveness.
Yeah,
and if that's not there, that's tough.
Right? I don't know, man. That injury that was brutal. When that happened, it was like, oh boy.
He said, I ain't gonna tell you what my timeline is, but the timeline's looking real good right now, man.
He just said he doesn't have any power in his leg.
That's what he said.
We're about to start training camp.
We talked about the WNBA 3-point contest. There's a story about it on The Athletic today from about half an hour ago, where Sabrina Ionescu said she was never invited to be in the contest. She said, I can't decline an offer I was never officially invited to.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Kayla McBride, who's the leading 3-point shooter in the WNBA, posted a story to Instagram last night where she said, I received a half-ass invite to the 3-point contest through my agent and a text message randomly 48 hours ago. Nothing official. So Clark hasn't said anything about her not doing it. But so those people say they weren't invited to begin with.
Okay. Sorry.
What's today's biggest game?
I was looking at something because I can't. No, here's the thing, bro. This is I think officially we can stamp July 23rd, 2026 as the worst day on the live sports calendar of the entire year. There is nothing.
I got something.
Okay, there's a Braves game going on right now.
Chris Sale is on the mound.
All right, well, that doesn't work for our purposes. We typically have to do something tonight. Okay, so here's what I got for you, all right?
All right.
We've got 5 Major League Baseball games. None of them are good. Like, none of them are exciting.
But you said you don't do MLB unless it's nationally televised.
I have one. It's going to be on MLB Network, though, all right? Because there's no WNBA there in All-Star break. No MLS, which came back last night. They don't play again until this weekend. And again, only 5 Major League. There's Banana Ball at 7 o'clock on ESPN.
Little League softball.
Dude, I'm okay. That's fine. I guess we're gonna go Royals at Tigers, 5:30 p.m. on MLB Network. Royals are 43-60. The Tigers are 48-54. So I guess we'll go with Detroit.
There's some soccer on. I think it's just basketball.
Yeah.
Europa League qualifying.
Yeah.
Besiktas is playing.
Yeah, you want to name me some of the teams?
Panathinaikos.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Yeah, there's only 2 games.
July 23rd, 2026, the worst day on the live sports calendar by a mile.
What are we watching on TV?
Oh, not sports, apparently.
I got a couple things. This is sports related. It's 7 o'clock on ABC, Celebrity Family Feud. It is Dave Portnoy and the Barstool Squad taking on Cooper Flagg and family.
What in the world?
How about that?
Where is this? When is this?
It's 7 o'clock on ABC. Yeah.
All right.
So that's sports.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sort of. Yeah.
And it's a competition.
You think Cooper Flagg's...
That's actually the best sports competition we have going on today.
Cooper Flagg's twin brother on there?
Yeah, I think he is. I think it's his family.
Ace.
Yeah, I think it's his whole family competing. So, yeah. So you got that. Netflix just dropped a new true crime doc. It's called A Toxic Love Story.
I saw it on there last night.
Yeah, a U.S. Marshal accuses his ex-fiancée of carrying out a chilling cyber-stalking scheme against his pregnant wife in this harrowing true crime documentary. They're capitalizing off of the... God, what's the one that I just watched? I can't ever remember the names of any of them, but about the... she cut the baby out of the...
Oh, I watched that one. Yeah.
Maternal Instinct.
Yeah.
That was
terrible. I'm still working my way through Hawk.
Yeah, that's one of the worst things I've ever watched.
It was awful.
Yeah.
I'm still watching Hawk on Netflix. We watched 2 more last night.
Okay.
But you threw out, we were talking about Brad Bird earlier, and you mentioned Iron Giant. I don't think my kid has seen that movie yet.
Oh, it's so good.
I love that movie.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, that might be one we watched tonight.
Yeah.
No sports on.
That's a good
We
one.
thought about going to see The Odyssey tonight, but then my son learned it was 3 hours long. So that
you shouldn't have told him. You shouldn't have told him that.
Yeah.
These kids and their attention spans,
Do you think a kid can sit through The Odyssey and understand what's happening? You saw it.
Yeah.
You think so?
Why not?
They can follow the story and follow all the different parts and
I think so.
Greeks and the stuff.
I think so. How old's Beg?
13. Just turned. Oh, he's like 13.
Oh, yeah. So he's cool with
Actually, he's about to
R-rated
turn 14.
movies and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
How long has he been watching R-rated movies? It's okay. This is a safe space. Just tell me.
No, I'm thinking. I mean, the cursing and so it's like there's levels to it, right? Like
yes.
Some of the R-rated movies is like a lot of nudity, like that's probably not our thing. Cursing, like he's good with that. So we've been watching those for a few years.
Okay.
You know what really got us into that was Clarkson's Farm on Amazon Prime, the show with Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear, where he's making a farm. It's a reality show, but he curses like every other word's a curse word. It helps that my father-in-law, my son's grandfather, curses constantly too, so he's like exposed to it. So,
gotcha.
But he also knows not to say those words. You know, it's a conversation we have.
Right. Okay.
What's the best thing we've read?
Wait a minute, is there a lot of cursing in the Odyssey?
No.
Violence?
Yeah. I think it's rated R for violence.
One of the most violent things we watched early on was I showed him a Steven Seagal movie. Hard to Kill.
Man, I have not seen that since I was a kid.
I think it was Mark. Which one? Above Mark for Death is my favorite one, where he fights the Jamaican gang in Chicago, and he takes the guy's arm.
I've never seen it.
It's the best. He takes the guy's arm and bends it backwards, and it snaps the wrong way. And my kid at the time was like, "Oh." But, you got to learn that stuff somewhere.
We talk about moments in time. Steven Seagal, that was a moment in time, man. That was a moment in time.
I saw a lot of those in the theater, and I thought Steven Seagal was like the baddest man walking the planet when I was a kid.
Yeah.
He might have been.
Yeah.
He did
Not
that
so much anymore.
Remember he did that Aikido, where it's like it's like you use people's momentum against them, and he would just do a lot of.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole other thing we get into, but if you ever have time, there was a show they did on TV, and it was Steven Seagal as a sheriff in Louisiana. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It was so funny.
I vaguely remember.
Yeah. He'd be like on the car on patrol, and he would say, "Hey, what's going on around that corner over there?" And the camera would go around the corner, and there's like a drug deal going down. So it was insane. It was so good. I miss it. What are we reading today? I'm reading a book by, I don't know if you're a fan of David Sedaris, writer, and he's a hilarious writer.
Why does that sound so familiar to me?
Written tons of stuff. He's on This American Life. He's on CBS Sunday mornings. He does a lot of different stuff now. PBS. He just spoke recently here in Memphis, I think at the Germantown Performing Arts Center.
Okay.
But one of my favorite writers as a writer, and I think he's unbelievably funny and really good. He has a new book out called The Land and Its People. It's a lot of stories about travel, and there's one of the first stories about his husband having a hip replacement and just dealing with all that. But to me, he's one of the funniest writers alive, and as a writer, I really respect the way he writes and structures things and gets to the jokes and makes it interesting. And he's kind of writing about his life over and over, but he somehow still makes it good every time. So David Sedaris' new book is out, The Land and Its People. It's really good.
Right on.
Check it out.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Gary Parrish is back. I wonder if he'll talk about the hole-in-one Vernon got in Wisconsin.
I'm sure he's got some fun stories from
he went to go see the Mets in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I think they got to go hang in the booth with the broadcast team.
He did tell me that they were going to go to the game on one night, and they couldn't go that night. They had to go the next night. The night they were going to go was Jacob Mizrowski was pitching for the Brewers.
Oh, yeah.
So they missed Mizrowski.
He was talking about how they were going to miss that.
Yeah, that sucks. But you still got to go see your team. The Mets lost that night, I think.
Well, shocker.
Yeah.
So. That'll be fun. Yeah, JP will be back tomorrow, and then you'll be with me some next week.
Yeah.
All next week.
Yep. Not Monday.
Right. TBD.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. All right. Appreciate you joining us. Appreciate you letting me sit in this week. Bennett, Gary, Kyra. So for all of us, stay tuned in 30 minutes. John Roser will be sitting in on the Chris Vernon Show. And then at 2 o'clock, me, Roser, and CJ will be back for The Odds Couple. We've got stuff for you all day long here on Grind City Media. So for Kyra, for Bennett, I'm Lang. Appreciate you hanging out with us. See you soon.